Marco Robinson is giving away a 3-bedroom flat in Preston for free. He's looking for the right person or family.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Paul.
Who could benefit from a mortgage-free home.
Yeah, lovely to meet you.
You too, what's your name?
But he's been inundated with over 8,000 applicants.
The 20 hours I'm on is not enough to do anything with, and a couple of years ago I was on the streets.
Now he's invited some of them to view the flat to meet them in person.
We rent at the minute. It's hard because I work a massive amount of hours, and if I don't go out and get the money, then everybody else goes under with it. The worry sometimes is just it's immense.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? I'm good, thank you.
18-year-old single mum Holly is next to see the flat.
Your name is?
Holly. Lisa.
She's brought her mum along for moral support. Holly lives 5 miles away in a 1-bedroom flat with her newborn baby, Bethany.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this would be best. I've put, like, her cot there.
Loads of toys
Loads
everywhere.
of toys everywhere. Nice. That's the drawers.
I want to hold
After becoming pregnant a year ago, Holly has been trying to adapt to a new life as a young mum.
Wow. At the time, I would have thought I was quite mature, I guess. There's a bath! But getting pregnant is a complete reality check. It really does force you to grow up very fast. Oh my God, Mum.
Oh, gosh.
Look at the lounge.
God, it's huge.
Oh, Mum.
Holly lives in social housing and had just moved into a flat when she discovered she was pregnant.
First week of motherhood, it was horrific. I was living off £50 a week for both of us. That's to pay the bills, get all her food and nappies and wipes, plus keep myself fed, the gas and electric on. It was a challenge, to say the least.
Can you imagine yourself sat at that table having your
Yeah.
lasagna or something?
Funny high chair there, teaching Beth how to eat on her own and everything. Oh, God.
Hello.
Hi. Wow.
We're both scared to touch anything. It's just, it's so big. It's beautiful.
So, Holly, what's your current situation right now?
I'm currently in a 1-bedroom flat in Leyland. There's no carpets, it's a concrete floor. Every ceiling, every wall is covered with mould.
Did you want to get pregnant?
No, I was taking the pill, but I went into hospital for quite a bad infection in my kidneys.
Right.
And I was on a drip of antibiotics which counteracted it. Everyone was saying, get an abortion, it's better for the baby, but I couldn't bring myself to get rid of her.
Living 5 miles apart, Holly can only afford to see her mum once every 2 weeks.
She's miles away, but it's 2 bus journeys, about
It's
an hour and a half.
£5 for a day rider to the bus station, and then obviously to see my mum it's another £3, £4. And that tenner buys baby milk.
It's awful. She's too far away to help. And I lie awake most nights worrying.
So, what place were you in your life when you got pregnant?
Things were finally starting to look up. I was going to go on to university, move into the halls. I was going to look into journalism, hoping to, you know, get big on one of the big magazines or companies. I've always had a passion for writing.
If she hadn't have had Beth, she would have excelled, because I know she's got it in her. She's always been like that. If she wants to do something, she'll do it. I feel like I failed her. I just want better for them than I was able to give.
I'm kind of stuck on my own out here. Housing won't help. My family's not in a position to help. It's me and Beth against the world with very little money. I am stuck in the bottom of the pit and I cannot climb out. No one's given me a ladder. I am literally out of options.
Marco wants to see firsthand just what Holly is up against.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
So a few days later, he pays her a visit.
So, what have you got in here?
Basically where I do most day-to-day things, spend most of my time. I've got lots of second-hand furniture. That's charity shop, nothing I've been able to buy.
Holly has lived here for the last 12 months, and despite having a young baby, she's not a priority for a larger property until Bethany turns 3. There's no carpet on the floor,
This is the bathroom here.
and not even a bath in the bathroom.
Just a shower.
So what's it like trying to wash Beth in this kind of environment?
It's difficult. I fill the baby bath up with the shower head and bath Beth like that. You know, she won't fit in that for more than a month longer, I'd say, the rate she's growing. And she's too young to have a shower. After that, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
That mould is not good.
No.
You can smell it quite strongly, can't you?
Yeah.
Mould kind of keeps bacteria, which is going to affect her health. So when she's coughing now,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's from the mould.
I'm concerned. I don't know if that's caused it. I don't know if it's just a bug going round. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's this flat that's caused it, I'll feel so guilty because it's my fault she's here.
With little money, few friends and no family in the area, Holly has no one nearby to turn to for support.
It's horrible. I've gone the whole day without any company, just in this flat. I keep the TV on just to hear another voice as company, really.
Meeting Holly and going to her place, no carpets on the floor, mould on the roof, water dripping down the walls, extremely isolated from everybody, can't cope.
Oh dear.
It reminds me exactly and really gives me clarity of what my mum went through when she was Holly's age, because she was a similar age. How old was I then?
7-ish. When you were born, we lived in a one-bedroom flat and I worked in the pub probably 6 nights a week. But I couldn't afford anything. I couldn't afford new clothes. So that was hard. And then things went wrong with my marriage because he just gambled the money away.
I don't remember a lot of that time, but I didn't feel like I had stability or a home or stuff like that, I guess. That's how I felt as a kid.
Marco's parents' marriage broke down. They lost their house, and Marco and his mum found themselves out on the streets.
So we spent one night sitting on a park bench. It was winter, so it was cold, it was scary, it was a very long night.
Well, it's sad, isn't it? I mean, that's astounding, really.
Got a council house, do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then we went to live in a caravan. It was just a bad situation where I couldn't really see any way out of it at the time. When he was growing up, life was difficult and he was extremely shy. He didn't really grow out of it either until he was well into his teens, I would say. He's a strong character, but he's still sensitive, still vulnerable, and it's made him think more about the plight of others, if you like.
Back at the free flat,
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Marco is meeting more and more people who are struggling with housing issues of their own.
I'm living in a big transit van.
How long have you been doing that, living in a van?
About 2 years now.
Right.
And I've never really had somewhere I could call home.
Across the UK, a chronic shortage of affordable housing
You're most welcome. Here you go.
means that 150 families a day are being made homeless.
I go to work every day and it's not fun coming home and begging for your money. I just want to be able to give my children a safe place.
I can't even contemplate giving this to the wrong person. I just couldn't live with myself, not being able to give it to the people that really, thoroughly deserve it, and it would make a huge difference to them. Hello.
Good morning. Mahmoud.
Sorry?
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud.
Yes.
And Marco.
Today, this family of Syrian refugees have travelled from Derby to take a look around.
Nasa, are you family?
Family, Dad. My sons.
Great, fantastic. Make yourself comfortable, yeah?
Back in Syria, Dad Mahmoud was a school teacher. But fearing political persecution, he fled with his sons to England in 2007.
Really, really nice.
It's like home, I feel safe.
Yeah,
Nice, yeah.
Once they arrived, the family claimed asylum.
Everything is beautiful in this house, in this flat. Everything clean, everything.
Hi, you all right?
Yeah.
Come and have a seat. Please.
The claim failed, and the family are now waiting to hear if their appeal has been successful.
So,
We are Palestinian nationality.
okay.
We live in Syria 10 years ago. I took my sons and ran away to here.
The area we lived in Syria, most of it is completely destroyed from the war that's in there. So our house there is definitely destroyed.
My sons, they lost everything. I try to make them happy, but I feel they are unhappy.
It's not like we came on holiday. We had to just suddenly become these people, live in this life, and have nothing of what we had before.
In terms of your asylum, when do you think you're going to know what's going to happen next?
The government should be
Considering our case.
Considering your case?
At the minute, yes.
While their asylum case is pending, the family are not allowed to work, so they've been reliant on the Home Office for housing and financial support.
So what's your existing living conditions right now?
We are homeless.
Okay.
We participate in the service called Derby Church's Night Shelter.
We sleep in the churches every night.
So how does that make you feel about life right now?
My dad is very depressed. I'm really worried about him. He's 62 years old. We don't have any hope toward the future. We can't just live as other human beings.
There we are, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
All the
much.
best. Good luck.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wow. To be in this situation is diabolical. It's very difficult, this, because you've got people saying, well, foreigners coming into the country, taking our homes. Then you actually meet these people, and as a human being, you feel for them. I mean, you see Syria on the news every day, but you don't see the people that are suffering. It's extremely difficult to have any kind of prejudice when you hear the true story of what's going on.
The Allies have been sleeping on church floors in Derby. They often share this space with up to 40 of the city's homeless.
We come here every Monday. We sleep on the floor, but we don't sleep at all because a lot of people just snore and shout all night, and we don't feel safe. So sometimes we just stay awake most of the night.
When the Allies came to the UK as asylum seekers, they were housed together by the Home Office. But in December 2016, Dad Mahmoud was told he'd have to live elsewhere and be forced to live away from his sons. Desperate to stick together, they prefer to sleep in the churches rather than live apart.
What's it actually like spending a night in one of these places?
Not safe. Many people, alcoholic, use drug people, and no education. Many times, the people come to us and shout it and push us.
But with spring on its way, soon they won't be able to stay here at all, as the homeless shelter is only open during the winter months.
After 1 month, the churches will close, the night shelters program will stop. We don't have any place.
So there's no way you can go?
Anyway, we have to go to street.
For someone to consider sleeping on the floor or outside on the street, even on a church shelter, for someone to consider that is in a real desperate situation. But that family sticking together is what life's all about. So for the Syrians, it's the three of them. You know, whatever happens, they stick together. If one's sick, they look after them. If one needs help with their education, they help them. They stick together. For my mum, whatever happens, we are together. You know, if she didn't eat for 4 days, she'd feed me first. If her family turned her away, she'd sleep on a park bench. This is the bench that my mum and I slept on. When I sit down, I'm trying to remember through my mum what it would be like sitting here with a child and having nowhere to go. I mean, how hopeless is that feeling? You can talk about nice cars, you can talk about having loads of money. A home is the most important thing in life. So yeah, what I'm doing might be insignificant in the old state of affairs, but if I can get one person in a home, I'd be extremely happy with that.